What's up, everybody? I hope everyone is doing well today. Welcome to the second half of 2020. Today is Wednesday, July the 1st, and I wanted to provide you with another update about something a little bit exciting to start off this half of the year. So the IRS was so backlogged with sending out payments that they decided to start paying you interest of 5%.
If you file by July 15th, you will likely earn interest on that money.
So for all of you that have asked me questions about when am I going to get my tax refund? My refund is pending. I filed my tax. I either filed it by paper or I filed it online or whatever the case may be, but it still hasn't been processed yet and it's delayed. It's been held up and I have not received my refund. You're going to start getting a 5% interest on that refund that's going to be compounded daily. I'm going to talk to you about that more. Stay tuned, listen to that. There are 20 million additional notices that are going out to individuals as well about their taxes. Yikes. 20 million notices that were developed, I should say drafted, these notices by the IRS in early April and May, but they're just now starting to hit the mail. Stay tuned. I'm gonna give you information about those notices that are coming so you can be aware of everything that's coming, especially if there is a tax payment or something else that you would need to look out for. Stay tuned. We're gonna talk about all that coming up next. Hello everyone, my name is Paul Zachary Shelton Jr. and I'm the Chief Investment Officer of Warwick Shore Advisors. We are a wealth and investment management firm located in Orlando, Florida with clients all across the United States. If this is your first time coming to my channel or seeing one of my videos, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button. Please ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I upload a new video. And also please like and share this video, as I am sure and very positive that it is going to be beneficial to someone that you may know. So let's get into today's topic. So first off, the IRS is sending out 20 million collection notices that are starting to hit the mail this week. These notices were notices that were due to be mailed out over 2 months ago, things that were being drafted right before the pandemic hit. These letters were generated, but when everyone had to go home and when everyone was on quarantine, these mailings did not go out in the mail. So there's mail that you're going to be getting. There's about 20 million households that are going to be receiving a piece of mail, which is a collection notice. Now the collection notice is going to be more than likely dated with a past due date for that collection already on there. So this is causing many people, some of them that already received it already, that had theirs that were mailed out early last week, we're starting to discard them and saying, hey, this must be old. I'm not sending this out. This is really old news. This is nothing new. But please do not throw that away because it is important. The IRS is starting to put inserts inside of those envelopes now to give you an updated payment schedule if there are past due taxes or anything that you do owe. So please be very cognizant of that. Do not throw that away. As I mentioned before, there are still about 4.7 million paper returns that were filed that still have not been processed and that are still sitting in limbo right now. And this was as of the beginning, I should say the middle of May or so. We're 6 weeks after that now. There may be even more tax returns that are sitting there that are paper returns. And additionally, the deadline is not until the 15th of this month. So there are more tax returns that could come in. And there could be paper returns. I don't know, not many of them, but there could be more people that are still going to file that tax returns within the next 2 weeks or so. So the process is going to take a long time for the IRS to get all those payments out to everyone. So they're going to reward people for doing so. It's actually something good that's going to be happening. And so in that respect, before I get to the reward that the IRS has given everyone, I want to advise you of something that is going on with the IRS having mistakenly flagged a tax return, I should say. So I'm gonna read to you an update that they put on their website, and it says some taxpayers whose returns were mistakenly flagged by the IRS processing filters are experiencing lengthy delays in receiving their refunds. All tax returns claiming refunds are passed through filters designed to detect identity theft and other types of refund fraud. It further says here that some of these filters produce false positive rates 50% of the time, meaning half of the time that a tax return goes through this filter is going to be flagged as fraud. The issue with this is that affected taxpayers are often asked to mail in documentation to substantiate their claims, but the IRS has not been open or processed many of their responses, delaying their refunds. Refund delays can have a significant financial impact on low-income taxpayers, as refunds often constitute a significant percentage of their annual household incomes, as we already know that. So to mitigate some of that, the IRS has decided to go ahead and pay 5% interest on your late tax refund. And yes, just like you were going to ask, it is taxable. So that means that you're going to have to pay even more tax next year on the interest that you're getting from their late return this year. That's just how the system works. So this says, forget high interest savings accounts. The IRS is crediting up to 5% interest on late tax returns. The government agency announced it would grant interest on tax returns that are issued after April the 15th. So for everyone that received a tax return before then, you're not going to get that interest payment. But if you're receiving it after April 15th, you're in luck.
Late Monday, the IRS and Treasury announced that there will be no further delay on the 2019 tax filing season. As you recall, on March 21st, the IRS and Treasury extended the tax filing deadline from the regular April 15th deadline by 3 more months. And then yesterday, the agency said that the filing due date of July 15th would not be postponed again. Taxpayers who won't be ready by that date can file for an automatic extension, but that's not an extension to pay your taxes. The IRS commissioner testifying before the Senate Finance Committee today said there are a variety of payment options available by the IRS to help people, and you can find out about them on the IRS website. Now, there is some good news also for those who are still due a tax refund. If you file by July 15th, you will likely earn interest on that money based on the fact that that was supposed to come on April 15th. So from that period until the date that you get that refund, you could be receiving up to 5% interest on that money. That payment, though, will come separately from your refund check.
Additionally, this only applies to those who meet the deadline and file their taxes by July the 15th. So this gives you extra incentive to go ahead and get your taxes in line now. It's probably a perfect time to file your taxes. So you can get it in line, and it can be at the top of the stack or the bottom of the stack, however they're working from top to bottom, and it'll take them a long time to get to it. So it can, derive some more time for you to gain interest on your tax return. So this is pretty much a pretty good deal for people that have been waiting for several months to receive their tax return and having so many questions about why is it taking so long, for one, and two, if we were late to pay our tax return or to pay taxes to the government, we would get charged a late penalty and interest. So now the government is taking it on their shoulders to take some of their own medicine, and they're going to start giving interest. Now, there will be a step down in some of the interest payments that are made on a quarterly basis. So I'm going to break that down for you. So the interest that is paid for the second quarter, if you're receiving your tax return and that's the second quarter ending June 30th, it's going to be crediting your account, or you're going to be gaining interest of 5%, and that's going to be compounded daily. There's also going to be a step down further from the 5% for the third quarter. So the third quarter ended on September 30th. So everyone that's receiving their tax refund and it falls into the third quarter because of the processing takes so long, you're going to be receiving 3% return. That's going to be compounded daily as well on whatever your tax refund is. This is very good news, at least for those of you that are still waiting on your tax return, or tax refund, I should say, from your taxes that you filed for 2019, and that's been pending for a long time. Hopefully you've been able to sustain while still waiting for your refund. And for those of you that have not filed yet, I say go ahead and do it right now. At least get it done before the 15th deadline. If you filed for an extension past that, you would not be eligible to take advantage of this interest that they're going to pay you on top of your refund. If you have any questions about anything that I mentioned, please leave a comment below. I try to get to all of my questions and comments as soon as possible. Lastly, before you leave my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Please ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I upload a new video. And please like and share this video to help me increase the financial literacy of our globe. Thank you so much and have a great day.